Hi, everyone. Judge Andrew Napolitano here for Judging Freedom. Today is Thursday, August 25th, 2022. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon here on the East Coast of the United States. Time for our weekly Judging Health Report with our partner in this, of course, Dr. Joel Wallach. No stranger to those of you watching us now. Dr. Wallach is a world-famous, world-class neuropathic physician who has devoted his career to using natural means to cause the body to heal itself. He has saved and enhanced the health of thousands, and he can do it for you. If you have an ailment troubling you, before you go to big pharma or big medicine, check out Judging Health. It will bring you directly to Dr. Wallach's website, Longevity. You'll see 5,000 supplements, vitamins, and minerals there, all very natural, which you can use and you can take to heal what is ailing you and to enhance your strength and extend your life. And there are, of course, folks with whom you can speak and communicate directly on that website. All right, I'm taking too long to introduce you. Dr. Wallach, it's a pleasure. Welcome back. My little Chris is here, my Beagle German Shepherd mix. He's a ham like his master. He knows the camera's on.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for the kind introduction, Your Honor.
And you have spoken to us extensively about a number of ailments, most recently diabetes and arthritis. And today I think you're going to talk about MS, multiple sclerosis, and its various components and brother and sister ailments. So I'll let you start. So lay people can understand, what is MS?
Okay, multiple sclerosis is a loss of function of the brain because of a very, very simple problem. You have to appreciate that 25% of the brain's weight is cholesterol. 25% of the brain's weight is cholesterol. Do not take cholesterol-lowering drugs. Do not take statin drugs. Do not avoid cholesterol in your food. Otherwise, you're going to have trouble, okay? Doctors miss that one by a million miles, okay? They want you to believe that cholesterol is a bad thing. Cholesterol is a very, very, very good thing, okay? Makes up 25% of your brain weight. In 1910, we first got word of a disease called Alzheimer's disease, and it was because people had been told by doctors at the turn of the century, 1900, 10 years earlier, to stop eating animal fat because Americans were getting obese because we had gone from wood and coal as fuel and putting the ashes into our food as a source of minerals, putting ashes into our gardens as a source of mineral fertilizer. And then we went to electricity, no more minerals, okay? And so people developed a behavior called pica, and they began to eat and eat and eat and eat, and they would gain weight. Okay, and so doctors said, look, you want to lose weight? Stop eating animal fat and live on whole grains. Eat whole grains. Well, there's gluten in whole grains. Wheat, butter, and oats, whether it's in beer or pancakes and waffles, pizza crust, buns, bread. They mix it in hamburgers. They mix it in meatloaf. It's everything, okay? And so you have to watch it. And so what happened was we had the Alzheimer's thing, and it was a memory thing. And people were losing their memory because they were giving up the animal fat. They weren't getting cholesterol anymore. And so they developed a memory problem because they're losing their gray matter in their brain, and they were also losing their hypothalamus. Those two things, the hypothalamus and the gray matter in their brain, the cortex of the brain, was part of their memory issue. Okay. Well,
is Alzheimer's a connected to multiple sclerosis?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm going to get there. That's the next step. Multiple sclerosis is a more severe form of Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease, the loss of cholesterol is in the gray matter, the cerebral cortex, and also in the hypothalamus, the internal part of the brain, along where your little pituitary gland is. And then when you have a more severe loss of cholesterol, you start getting what's called a sea of macrophages. Macrophages are kind of like white blood cells that are like hyenas. They eat everything. And so when you start getting the death of your optic nerve your cerebellum, which is a part of your brain that has to do with balance and movement and that kind of stuff. You start losing the internal part of your brain, your spinal cord. That is MS, multiple sclerosis. That's why it's multiple. Okay, you're getting sclerosis, you're getting scar tissue everywhere. You're losing the white matter everywhere because white matter is made from cholesterol. Okay, and so suddenly now, instead of having just simple loss of cholesterol in your cortex of your brain, in your hypothalamus, now you got it in every portion of your brain, your optic nerve, your spinal cord, your hypothalamus. It's in your cerebellum. It's everywhere. Okay, and so when you have MS, it's affecting every tissue in your body. Walking, moving, talking. It's amazing how many things. You go blind, and you're going to 18 different doctors, and they're all giving you stuff to try and relieve symptoms, but they're not getting the basic root cause of the problem, which is a cholesterol deficiency. Okay. Then came along in 1916 a disease called Guillain-Barré syndrome, which was MS, but just from the neck down. Didn't affect the brain at all, but it did affect the spinal cord in these kids. Okay, in America, there's 3,000 of them right now with Guillain-Barré syndrome, as 1 per 100,000 population. We spend $1.8 billion a year treating the symptoms of Guillain-Barré syndrome. MS, we spend, let's see here, we spend $85 billion a year just treating the symptoms of MS, but not dealing with preventing it or curing it. Alzheimer's disease, we spend $305 billion. And they're saying by next year it's going to be $1 trillion. So between Alzheimer's disease, MS, and Guillain-Barré syndrome, you're looking at just about 500 billion worth of treatment cost for a simple cholesterol deficiency. And doctors tell you, don't eat eggs. No, you need to eat 3 eggs twice a day if you're an adult. If you're a little kid, you need soft scrambled eggs twice a day. They need to eat like an Asian, rice and sweet potatoes and that kind of stuff, and vegetables. If you want to drink beer, it's got to be Asian beer or Australian beer made from rice. It can't be made from wheat, barley, rye, and oats. You can have wine. It's made from berries and grapes. That's good. That goes way back to days of, the Bible. The wine does.
And well, how is it that the medical profession could be so wrong about cholesterol? And does cholesterol cause other problems?
Okay. Well, you have to appreciate that the medical system is wrong about many things, Your Honor.
Right.
You've probably seen so much of that, in your field of work. Doctors want you to believe that all your diseases are caused by bad genes and autoimmune, your body's attacking itself. A common one is rheumatoid arthritis. They want you to believe that's an autoimmune disease. They want you to believe that lupus is an autoimmune disease. They want you to believe that irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, is a gluten issue. No, but it is a gluten issue, but it's not due to your body attacking itself. It's not due to autoimmune disease.
What is an autoimmune disease for those of us?
Well, the way the doctors believe in it is that your body's attacking itself. Let's look at rheumatoid arthritis. There's the RA factor, rheumatoid arthritis. So it's an autoimmune disease, just like lupus. Okay, you have skin problems in your face, and you have irritable bowel syndrome, and you have asthma and lung disease. They say, it's an autoimmune disease. Your body's attacking itself. Well, when you look at rheumatoid arthritis, it's 2 diseases. It's a simple arthritis, which is very simple nutritional deficiency disease. You can take our healthy bone and joint pack, and it'll get rid of that. But you still have that RA factor, which is an infection with a bug called mycoplasma, which produces the RA factor. And they want you to blame it on an autoimmune thing where your body's attacking itself. And they just give you cortisone and that kind of stuff. And it'll relieve the symptoms, but the disease doesn't go away. Well, if you take minocycline, called after the bait fish minocycline, for 6 weeks, it'll go away because you're killing that mycoplasma bug. You're taking the nutritional program for rebuilding your bones, okay, the healthy bone and joint pack, and your rheumatoid arthritis will go away in 6 weeks. I don't care if you've had it for 45 years.
Should we go back to eating cheeseburgers to get more cholesterol in us?
As long as you don't eat the bread. See, the bread has the gluten in it. can't eat the bread. And
What
so
does
I have,
gluten? What does gluten do to exacerbate MS or the absence of cholesterol?
okay, gluten kills your intestinal lining. Your intestinal lining, when you cut it open with your naked eye, it should look like a shag rug. All the little villi, the little finger-like projections that increase the absorptive surface in your small intestine. They're called villi. Okay? When you eat gluten, those villi go away. The gluten poisons the villi. And in about 6 months' time, no villi, your intestines look like a plastic tube. You've lost 90% of the absorptive surface. And if you're not taking all your nutrients, remember that plants do not make minerals. Nutritional minerals occur in veins like gold and silver. And so if you live in a place that doesn't have much in the way of minerals, you might have 3 or 4 or 5 or 8 or 10 minerals. You need 60. You're missing 55 of them, and you're not supplementing, and you're eating gluten, like you're eating pancakes for breakfast or waffles for breakfast or oatmeal for breakfast every morning. You're in trouble because that gluten will be the thing that winds up killing you.
So what should we eat? Should we just eat well-balanced meals and not stay away from red meat?
Okay, red meat is good. You just can't fry it. You cannot burn it. You have to eat it medium or medium rare. Okay. You want to don't have which is things like meatloaf where they add oatmeal to it or flour to it. You're putting gluten in that meat. Okay, so you have to watch it. If you want to put rice in there, that's fine, but you cannot put wheat, barley, rye, or oats into your meat to make oatmeal, or not oatmeal.
What are the minerals that you prescribe for people who think they're suffering from dementia or who are losing control of part of their bodies and have been told they have MS?
Okay. Well, MS, I want them to
Chris.
have, for an adult, I want them to have 3 eggs twice a day with soft yolks, soft boiled soft yolks, soft poached soft yolks. I want them to have, so I have mine soft scrambled in butter twice a day, 3 twice a day, soft scrambled in butter. That's how I have mine. Mine are really so soft you can pour them out of the cup onto the plate liquid. I'm getting my cholesterol that way. And then for breakfast, I'll have either a steak or a hamburger that we make. We don't buy hamburger because if you buy hamburger from a fast food place, they mix flour with it so it doesn't fall apart on the sandwich. Okay, and so you can't do that. Got to stay away from that. But you can have a hamburger that you make. You can have a steak. You can have a lamb chop. I have lamb chops every Saturday. That's my favorite. Okay, and then they need to take the 90 essential nutrients. I like the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. I weigh 142, but I take enough for a 200-pound person. I take 2 Healthy Brain and Heart Packs per month, a full dose of breakfast and dinner. I take 2 bottles a month of our MSM, so I can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time. And they're designed to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone mix, bone itself, including the skin and so forth, and blood vessel walls.
Is all of this available if people go to judginghealth.com, which brings them to your longevity website?
Absolutely. And they'll pay the wholesale prices, Your Honor. They will pay the wholesale prices. And if they get on auto ship, I will pay the shipping. So they will save a lot of money if they come to you and get on auto ship. I will pay the shipping and they'll pay the wholesale prices. Even if they don't get on auto ship, they'll pay the wholesale prices if they come and join your organization.
Very, very helpful, very informative, very challenging, Dr. Wallach, for what we have sort of believed as we were all growing up. I mean, my age is a public matter. I'm 72 years old. I've been avoiding red meat for 20 years. And here you are telling me if properly prepared, it's an essential ingredient for my brain.
That's correct. That is correct. And of course,
what about people who have heart problems and we'll talk about heart problems on another day, but this comes to mind now. One of my closest friends, very athletic, no fat, nicely built, retired police officer, now the head of security at a major medical center, thought he had heartburn, and he ended up having to have stents put in his heart. This guy loves red meat, and he looks very healthy. but his doctors have told him no red meat for the rest of his life.
Well, he needs to change the doctors, Your Honor. See, the average lifespan of medical doctors is 54. The average lifespan of just the average person in the United States is 75. And so
Wow.
why? Well, there's so much stress. No, it's because they don't even know what they're doing from supplementation and eating right. They get no nutritional training. In medical school, they just say, hey, eat well, you get everything you need. Well, nutritional minerals, Your Honor, do not appear equally all over the world. They appear in veins like gold and silver. So you can be eating the same thing that somebody 3 states away is eating, and they're getting, say, 35 minerals out of the 60 they need, and you're only getting 3 because of what's in the soil and where you live.
Wow. Very helpful, very challenging, very informative, and as always, very comforting. Dr. Joe Wallach, you know how to reach him, judginghealth.com. There's all kinds of folks there who will answer your questions and tell you what you should help you figure out for yourself what you should be taking. Dr. Wallach, always a pleasure. We'll see you next week. We'll pick the topic, another topic like this that I know the folks that like and appreciate Judging Freedom will want to hear from you all about.
Okay, well, thank you, Your Honor, for all you do for the world. Thank you for all you do for America. And thank you for letting me help you in your great mission. Thank you, sir.
Thank you again, Dr. Wallach. Judge Napolitano for Judging Freedom.